Hey there, welcome to Biswarup Mandal 07. I'm Biswarup Mandal. So today, everyone's talking about DOGE. Donald Trump has created a department that literally has one job to cut costs. And the name of this department is pretty funny. You might remember that Elon Musk launched a cryptocurrency called Dogecoin at one point. Well, ever since Trump won the election, Musk has played a huge role in that. So, on Musk's advice, Donald Trump has set up a new government. They've set up an agency called the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are teaming up for this, and their main job is to cut costs for the US government. I'm talking about the federal government here. Whenever they spot someone who's just hanging around and not really contributing anything useful, they're going to take action. If someone's got a job but isn't benefiting the country in any way, it's just wasting time and delaying things. The government's been racking up unnecessary expenses, running into billions of dollars. In the USA, cutting all this spending is the DOGE's job. Now, you might think, okay, that's quite a revolutionary idea. Obviously, many people in the USA won't be happy about it. A lot of government officials will probably see it as a threat to their jobs. Yes, many government workers are at risk of losing their jobs in the USA, but maybe thousands of them will be let go by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who will say, "We don't need your position anymore. You're just delaying the government's process. We can replace you." If we just have one person in charge of approvals instead of the whole department, the files will move faster and approvals will come quicker. This could lead to thousands of people losing their jobs, but before that happens, they'll get a decent severance package. I get it. Having a stable job is completely different. But Trump believes that the US has racked up way too much debt. Right now, the total national debt is around $36 trillion. Just think about the interest payments the US has to make on that huge amount. It's a big deal because it's a loan. Don't think that the government's loan is any different from an individual loan. If you take a loan of 10 lakhs, you'll have to pay it back just the same. The same thing is happening in the USA. They've taken on a huge amount of debt, and now the payments are so high that the US can't handle it anymore. Trump is saying he will cut expenses everywhere. Now, with the US bureaucracy, the main cuts will happen there. Government workers are going to get laid off on a large scale. This will really impact the overall growth output of the US. Look, according to a 2016 study, the heavy bureaucracy in the USA costs the country about $3 trillion in economic output every year. Plus, the more government employees there are, the longer it takes to get approvals. Things slow down a lot, and you end up with a bunch of rules that different people interpret in different ways, which leads to corruption issues too. So, Elon Musk said it's time to clean things up. We need to tell the bureaucracy to get their act together, or else it's going to be a problem. It's time to shrink the bureaucracy. Fire people from their jobs, and here's the weird thing. In India, you can't have a PM or any leader say that during elections because they wouldn't get any votes. Government jobs play a crucial role in lifting people out of poverty. Many come from really poor backgrounds, and when they get a government job, their living standards improve. It allows an entire generation to live a better life because private jobs just don't cut it. Manufacturing jobs in India still aren't on a large scale like they are in China. But look at the USA. Entrepreneurship is booming, and their startup culture has developed so much that during the elections, Donald Trump and Elon Musk kept saying that when they come to power, they'll make big changes. And even then, the USA voted heavily for Trump because people here believe that the more government employees there are, the more the government will spend, which means we'll have to pay more taxes. We're going to have to deal with corruption issues, just like all over the world. And since Elon Musk is a big supporter of artificial intelligence, he's even saying, why not use AI in government decision-making? If we need to approve a project on a piece of land, we can just feed all the guidelines to AI and let it decide whether to give the go-ahead or not. And if X. Com is a government office that spent a lakh on building a toilet. You can see how things add up. The 2012 article talks about how it took the Planning Commission $33.5 million to build 2 toilets. There were a lot of cases in India back then, but it's improved quite a bit now. However, at one point it was really bad. Elon Musk also mentioned that in the US from 2020 to 2022, there were many cases where they were spending $4.5 million on a mouse drug or even $10 million on something that just doesn't make sense. It's crazy how these expenses add up, but some government official just approved it, and that's taxpayer money down the drain. So, Elon Musk and a bunch of Americans believe that we're on the verge of a new era where the US government is going to become super efficient and capable. But again, this is an experiment. We'll have to see if it actually works out. In India, obviously, we need a leader who can first explain to the public whether this is even necessary or not, and how we would go about it. You can imagine this is going to be a really sensitive topic in India, and even if we try to do something like this, it's going to be tricky for now, like the whole DOGE experiment. We can't really imagine this concept in India right now, but the US is doing it. We need to look at their success, and maybe eventually other countries will start to take similar steps too. I've shared all the positive aspects, but some people are also blaming Trump, saying he wants to push through Project 2025 under the guise of cutting bureaucracy. I actually uploaded a video on this topic about 4 months ago explaining what Trump's Project 2025 is. It's a secret plan, or at least partially secret. The public knows about it now, but some details are still under wraps. It mentioned that when Donald Trump comes to power, the first thing he'll do is fire 50,000 government employees. You can find this article. It's from about 6 months ago. It says that as soon as Trump takes office, he'll start letting go of government officials. The reason isn't just because their salaries are too high or because the US government is in debt. Many people are accusing Trump of believing that while the ministers are in place, it's the ones below them. There are still bureaucrats today who are more loyal to Biden and Barack Obama, and Trump wants a complete sweep in the US government. Like, he wants to get rid of anyone who's against him and fire them all. After that, he only wants to hire his loyal supporters in government positions. This is a really controversial accusation against Trump. It'll be interesting to see how the next 2 or 3 years play out for the US. Either it's going to enter a golden era or face some serious problems. Trump is literally pushing the USA towards dictatorship, so there will be updates related to this topic. I'll keep bringing you updated videos.